It ended with issue. No, the finale hasn't been uploaded yet. Fuck.
And I'm putting that in the cold open for the episode.
Let's go.
It's quarantine time!
Here we are, the podcast heroes, discuss Toku like never before. Legion, go Legion of Boo, go Legion of Boo, go Legion of Boo, go, 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 fly, go Legion of Boo, go Legion of Boo, go Legion of Boo, Legion of Boom!
Welcome to the Legion of Boom podcast. It is us, the Legion of Boom. I am Gengar Herb, a.k.a. Bodichi Blackamoto, a.k.a. Morphin Master Herb. And these are the homies. Meta, you're next.
Yeah, come on, you should know this by now. Oh, Winslow took your spot.
I just got upstaged. Shit.
Carl, introduce yourself.
Is I, Lord Draven. Draven. No Winslow.
Hey.
They call me Rider 5, all right?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, Mr. Toast.
Hey, yo.
Yo, it's your boy Zeo Blue 3, aka Rose Zeo Nice Her.
Ooh.
Zeo Nice Her.
Ooh, that was a good one, bro. How am I going to come up with this one? It is I, Morphin Master Sentai 5.
Go.
But if you ain't got a Master Morpher, you ain't nothing but a cheap copy.
You
have a Master Morpher.
If you ain't got a Master Morpher,
It's Master Morphin time.
if you ain't got a Master Discord,
Yo.
then
But
it's
what
a
if-
cheap podcast.
Okay, just throw that quick little thing out there. If we see the Morphin Master,
Let Sunglass Tree introduce yourself first.
I don't have anything funny to say, so I'm just gonna be hi. It's Sunglass Free, also known as Sunglass Free.
All right, guys. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. What y'all want to do? The Shadow Grid?
Now, fuck that. Zero Ranger 5 was on screen last night.
Hey, real talk, though.
Real talk, bro.
Like, dude, do you know how long it's been since I've seen a Zeo suit that's not fucking Sentai in action on fucking screen? Dude, my
Somebody
soul
was
left
right.
my body. My soul left my body.
You're astral
My
projecting.
shirt,
I know.
dude, my shirt went to another fucking dimension.
Bro posted himself. He had no clothes on.
That fight was badass, to be honest.
Dude, when Tommy pulled out the Master Morpher, oh my god, I was yelling.
What?
I was yelling.
Can you imagine, like, the entire time, like, Tommy gets kidnapped, and
Yeah.
first of all, he breaks out because he's like, oh, they don't realize that my suit can turn invisible.
Yeah.
And then he waits. Like, he doesn't do that first off. He fights a whole bunch of robot mooks barehanded first,
Yep.
and then he waits to pull out the Master Morpher. Like, you can just imagine this entire time he's like, these fuckers don't know what's gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Tommy,
Yeah,
he's
no
literally gone.
JDF is almost like 45. He's still kicking it, man. He's still got it.
Real.
That was
Maybe
a really
you'll-
good fight scene.
But I can still pull this
JDF
off.
is
Man, Tommy's only like 38, 39 in the PR universe. He ain't that old.
Yeah, he's not.
He's really
he got
not
a
that
kid
old.
though.
He's got a kid,
That's pretty
JJ.
Got a
He's
kid.
a dad, that automatically makes him old.
I guess so, yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
Jamin. Jonah
By
Jameson.
default.
That's his child.
J. Jonah Oliver.
His name is
Jay
Jay.
Jonah Oliver.
Give me
his name
pictures of
is
the
Jay
Power
Jarvis.
Rangers.
J.
Yo,
Jones.
that's
What, Carl?
His name is Jay Jarvis, son of
Jay
the man
Jarvis.
who replaced him.
Jarvis Johnson Oliver.
That's
Ooh.
yo.
One of
should've-
those.
I know, I tweeted that out
Like-
before. I tweeted out a whole list of names and then,
like after
What?
TJ Jarvis Johnson.
The
yeah.
point is
Yeah.
he's named after TJ, dog.
Named after TJ, the
Yeah.
man who saved his life.
Goat.
It's
Yeah.
literally right.
Drayvon. I thought I'd never hear that name again.
The only line.
Hey,
Yo,
man.
they didn't even show TJ fighting, bro.
They really didn't. I was big mad about that.
They
I was
showed
like,
Coda.
oh,
of all
he didn't
people.
even get it focused in the big, like,
Yeah, he
clusterfuck
didn't.
fight scene at the end.
Nah.
he didn't get to tell
Nah.
people how it was baked into a pizza.
All we
man.
see him is firing the Astro Blaster. That's it.
yeah.
That's okay.
And when
Yep.
when you're the GOAT, sometimes you just sit back and watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true.
man.
Dude, he's just sitting there to get paid. That's his
Nah,
cameo. He's like,
he called the Ninja Steel Rangers one heck of a crew.
He did.
if they can
You
get
guys are
TJ's
one heck of a
approval,
crew.
they got my approval. To be honest,
That, like no lie though, Meta, because this like after this episode, the Ninja Steel
was
team
kinda
feels
raw.
more. They feel more legit to me. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah.
Yo,
I might-
they've gotten,
I just want that Gold Ranger power poncho.
oh, stop.
I do.
it even ends with the previous Rangers going, yeah, I think our legacy's in good hands, and then
Yeah.
they leave to go back to their original world. So
Even though
I mean,
It
I mean,
was
that's
so
really
you know
good.
the
Oh
funny
my
part
God.
is all the kidnapped Rangers are from the same dimension.
Oh, yeah,
I just
yeah.
realized that.
Because doesn't Gemma just show up like, hey guys?
wait,
what's
I
up?"
thought they said that RPM and Dino Charge take place in different.
Yeah, but they weren't
They do.
captured. They
They
weren't
did.
captured
Yeah,
though.
they were.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
All the captured Rangers are from the same universe.
Yeah.
That kind of makes
I'm
sense
cool with
though,
that.
because if like
Yeah.
Draven was just starting his whole plan,
Mhm.
then
He's
he's
gonna
still
start with the
been in
original.
one dimension at this
Yo,
point.
Gemma can breathe air.
And yeah, exactly. Gemma could be there, but
Shit,
Scott
I didn't even
can't.
think about that.
Wow. Hey,
I didn't even
good
think
job.
about that.
Yo.
That's mad
good
funny.
old Scott, just like I can't breathe.
But yeah, I was kind of surprised that at first what's his face Brody knew who Wes was, but then I was like, all right, I guess Ninja Steel takes place in the original PR universe, so we have
Man,
that
who don't know
settled
about
out.
Wes?
Whew.
He is God.
He's
No,
one of the
no,
goats,
no.
bro.
All right, no. Wes
What?
is like the Holy Spirit, okay? JDF is God.
JDF is Jeebus.
Well,
You know what?
Okay,
Do we
no,
really
JDF
want to
is
get
Jesus.
into Trinitarian discussion in this
Yeah.
episode?
What's important is Rocky's back, Cat's back, Trent's back, and I never thought I'd ever see these niggas ever again.
For real.
Dude,
Like-
I
Right.
thought Trent would be like the least person to like come back.
Ever.
Yo, but it's Trent though. He's cool.
I thought
What?
I swear I thought Trent was gonna call Tommy Dr. O, and then Tommy was gonna be like, "Come on,
Ah.
Trent. I'm not your teacher anymore. You can call me Tommy, bro."
Hey man, wait for that extendo
Oh, man.
edition.
It's like, come on, man, we're Facebook friends. We're past that.
Like, man, I don't know about you guys, but if I run into any of the teachers that I had when I was in high school, I still called them Mr.
No,
or
yeah, I
Mrs.
know,
Right.
but
Yeah,
like
same.
this is at
Exactly.
this point, at this
Walk
point,
up.
all the Rangers have been fighting together, like all the veterans for
That's
God
so
knows,
cool.
God knows
Yeah.
how many years off screen, you know?
This sort of came up on Twitter, but it reminded me a lot of the beginning of Movie Wars Megamax, where you have
Oh,
like the
yeah.
montage of all
Yeah.
the show writers kicking ass.
You're right.
And then they
Yeah.
all show up. It's like, hey, we heard that this new thing's going down in Japan, and we thought we'd pop by to help out.
It is
Yeah.
kind of the
Yeah,
same.
it kind of is like that. I didn't really think of that.
And what I also like too is just like I was under the assumption that like these dudes were just retired, you know,
Right.
nothing was really happening in their worlds. But like, come to find out, dude, they've been linking up. It may not be like a whole like one set team, but it's like their own core team, kind of like
Right.
what On the Grid is doing right now.
It's
Yeah.
definitely, and it's been going on for quite some time too. Because
Because they're so
Like,
comfortable.
TJ's definitely ran into Lord Draven, whatever the hell you want to call him. I guess a few times. So
It's like they say, man. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger.
yeah,
Always
Yeah.
Ranger.
Never stops.
Doug,
Grind never stop.
it just
I was-
Sometimes
it just reinforces why Tommy's the freaking goat. He's been keeping tabs, keeping in contact with everybody, new and
Mhm.
old.
I hope you're ready to buy that
Hexagon.
Hexagon. Shut up. I hope you're ready to buy that $500 Japanese Master Morpher from Premium Bandai.
I can't wait.
Yo, you just wait. They're gonna produce it before actual Bandai America because
They're
they
not-
not got the time.
Not even,
I
dude. That's
can't
just
wait.
gonna be. It's gonna be
New
a
York
San Diego
Comic Con
Comic-Con.
exclusive.
Yo, I
Not
can't
San
wait.
Diego. San Diego exclusive for sure.
Probably.
Probably.
San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
Well, when does Bandai's toy licensing run out for Power Rangers? Because they might try to ship one out real quick, and it's gonna end up like the Draken figure.
It runs out in spring. I think April
Really?
runs out. Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I need to
fuck.
hurry up
Maybe
and run out. I
sometime
want that
before
Lightning
that.
series.
Yo, like I was really taken back by that scene where Wes and Gemma break them all free, and they all
Yeah.
huddle up and start talking. Like,
It's like they're at one convention panel, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're neighbors.
Because they
They're
all go to
neighbors, they know.
conventions together.
but what made it so cool is like I said, you ain't seen Rocky and Trent in them for so long,
Right.
but to see them interacting with Gia and Coda and Antonio,
Yeah, it was awesome.
it's like, dog.
They did.
And they all knew each other too. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like,
Yeah.
who are you? Who are you? Like how it always is
Right.
for every team up. before
They know each
that.
other well.
Exactly. So they've been
Right, we
spending
did skip
time.
that part.
Let's
I'm
be
glad
fair.
skip that part.
They probably
My
skipped
bad.
a lot of the introductions just because they didn't have time. Like they
Right.
did all of this
But
shit
what
in
about the
20
extended
minutes.
cut?
Don't cut.
But the thing is though, it's just like did you really need an introduction though?
No, because they all fought
No,
together in
they didn't.
legendary
Nah.
battle anyway. So
Yeah, there's no
Right.
need. Like, I honestly don't get why people are complaining the way they are. It's because just like you got to think about it like this. It's Neo Saban. If you see Legendary Battle, you should already know what you're going into.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I was gonna say, like, the people who complain about like Infinity War not developing like
Characters.
the whole Avengers team, like when it's
There's
been
no
like
need
10
to.
years worth of movies.
Half of them have
Like, come
trilogies
on.
dedicated to themselves already.
Yeah.
What else
Right.
do
We
you
got
need?
20 something years worth of history, you know, and one trying to be like, oh, I'm so and so from this team. Like, just go watch Netflix.
Yeah,
Literally.
exactly. Yeah.
Are they're just gonna update their
I
profile?
saw a tweet of someone saying that they didn't explain who Lord Draven was. Like, I was like, who
Dude,
cares?
who cares?
He's just a
You
villain.
don't
Who
need
cares?
to.
We don't need to
Yeah.
care
He's the
about him.
monster of the day.
Yeah,
That's what
He's
That's
That's
He's
right.
not gonna be the new Lord Zed. He's
he's not a major villain, but he's a major villain for
He's
the
already
Legendary
dead.
Rangers. But
He's
yeah,
he's there to be a punching bag.
exactly.
Right.
Like, people are just thinking about these things a little too much.
Yeah,
And-
they're thinking because they didn't see it, it didn't happen. I'm like, no, dog.
Right.
The universe expanded.
Yeah, nah. It's like
Exactly.
the whole Master Morpher thing. It's like it's really hard to put together. It's hard to put together. I mean, it's easy to put together why and how Tommy put together the Master Morpher. Come on.
Right.
He went back to Ninja. He went to go take his power crystal into the power chamber, and
Realistically,
That's
he probably
pretty much about it.
realistically, he probably had, Haley or maybe contacted Billy on Alcatar to like make him
Yeah.
a morpher.
yeah,
It's not that hard to think of these things.
Right. That's what I was telling Pri. It's
Like,
like
I
it's
don't know
easy
why
to
people.
pinpoint,
Yeah.
like a solution.
and even then wouldn't because it technically would it still have the Zeo crystal in there for the
Yeah.
Master Morpher
The
as well?
the
So,
circuitry. Look at the circuitry like around
yeah,
the
'cause
morpher.
it had everything.
It
Yeah,
was awesome.
yeah.
I
Bischoff
could really
explained it.
focus on
and even then, shouldn't he be a lot more powerful? Because doesn't the Zeo crystal just get more powerful with time?
Yeah.
Or am I forgetting that?
It does.
Also, the Dino Jump's kind of powerful too.
He also
Yeah.
single-handedly beat 25 robots on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he stole all the powers of the Dino Rangers. To be honest.
Dude, this team up was so much fun. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
there's a lot of unanswered
was better than-
questions.
It's better than Legendary Battle because you don't
Oh,
have them
easily.
on screen for 3 seconds.
Right.
You did a good job. You had them
Where-
interact.
Where Tommy does all the talking.
And just throw in a bunch of Sentai footage, and
Yeah.
like nobody knows what's going on.
I mean, yeah, I'll admit this is a Tommy focused episode, but
Oh,
it showed-
Tommy
it
as fuck.
who cares? I'm there for it. You know me as the Tommy fanboy, the Jeebus fanboy, and he literally ascended to becoming Jeebus this episode. This is it, man. This is
Nah,
Bro.
he already surpassed Jesus. He's came back 5 times.
it.
When
that's
that Falcon Zord came on, though,
This man, dude, this
Can we
man
talk
said
about that?
this man settled down, has a kid,
With Cat.
with Cat, definitely with Cat.
But what about Kimberly?
Who cares
Shut the
about
fuck up.
Kimberly? He still lives in that same awesome house from Dino Thunder. That's continuity right there. That's attention to detail. I'm glad they got that house again.
Saban just I gotta buy it from you, Disney.
He's been in contact with so many Rangers as we've seen since Dino Thunder. So
He was just
This pretty
chatting
much
up with Gia,
this is pretty much
apparently.
it's pretty much the hexagon without the hexagon. Boom.
It's the Shattered Grid without the Draken.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, another thing too is just I understand why people may feel the way they do about Tommy, but also at
Right.
the same time, it's like you
gotta
just said,
respect him.
he's been keeping tabs on everybody, and on top of that too,
I was-
who else would you have lead? With the battle that's affecting dimensions.
Right.
Who else?
The
And
one
also my fault. And also
No,
to
go.
say from a business standpoint, if you say Tommy's gonna come back, dude, ratings are gonna skyrocket. Come on. Now.
about the ratings, buddy.
Yeah.
I saw-
skyrocket, but a lot of
Did
people
you see Burgundy Ranger's tweet? This is the most lowest watched episode of Power Rangers in history.
Wait,
Are you
what?
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
tweet
the
like a few
ratings
minutes
are pretty
ago.
dire.
Well, it
A
didn't that much-
Tuesday night in prime time.
Yeah, I
like,
know. Who cares?
It
It's
wasn't.
alright.
It wasn't really advertised that much. Like they just
Yeah.
finally started advertising like on Saturday.
This,
So like,
Right,
this
it's
was
not a big
something
deal.
for old fans who
Right.
would have a Tuesday night free. It's not for the kids who are going to be up at 7:00 eating chocolate frosted sugar bombs for Saturday morning cartoons.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
right.
Yeah.
that old reference though.
But
I was
yeah,
wondering who would get
Believe
it.
in
Man, that's kind of messed up.
I
That's
did,
kind
I
of
did,
messed up.
I did
'cause-
see a lot of Tommy hate last night too. I was like, "What? Come on, what'd you expect? Like, it was gonna be Tommy,
Yeah.
at least Tommy, somewhat
You
Tommy
expect-
focused, but it was. I mean, like, for those who hate Tommy, I don't see your favorite Ranger keeping tabs on the other teams. All right,
My
Yeah.
boy
Boy.
Wes does.
I mean, TJ's still there. You know what I'm saying? But
TJ comes back every time Tommy comes back.
exactly.
Except-
TJ's team Tommy.
Big-
He's probably the first one who gets
Big
called
fact.
back from Tommy too.
Yo,
or
no,
maybe
who-
or maybe Tommy is team TJ.
Oh,
Go.
Ooh.
the TJ
Insert,
really pulled
insert the
the
black man meme. Uh,
Oh man, it's kind of messed up that the episode wasn't really advertised because
I
like
know.
to regular little kids, it was like they watched the last episode of Ninja Steel where they got the Blaze Megazord, and then they're gonna watch the one this Saturday, and they're gonna be like, "What team up?"
Yeah, I know.
well, I mean,
Right,
they probably,
right.
they probably won't even mention it though.
They probably
Exactly, it's
Just
never
like
gonna
go
come
on
back
as
up.
you-
Yeah. I mean, JDF himself advertises to my face. Hey man,
He did.
hey man, don't forget August 28th. All right.
Oh my
As
As I was
Oh,
walking,
man.
as I was walking away from our photo op, I was like, "Yeah, don't worry, I won't
Hey.
forget, bro."
Should have been like I got it tattooed on my wrist.
Hey, look, the old school Rangers, man, they did a good job promoting it
They
to
did.
the old fans.
Especially on
And
Instagram.
I'll be honest, they didn't disappoint. Like I felt myself tearing up in that episode, man, because they
Me
did
too.
it right. I feel like
Bro,
Only-
Yeah,
the first 10
Like,
seconds
I'm
when he
just-
said, "Hey JJ, I told you not to put the bike in front of the house," I had tears running down. I was like, "Yo, that's his literal boy from the comics."
yeah.
Damn.
Wait, so
so
did,
good.
so can we assume that Kyle Higgins wrote this shit?
Hey,
I
look,
don't think he's credited on there,
I
but
don't
it
think he
certainly
wrote
seems like something he would have done.
I was
Yeah.
gonna talk about that.
They confirmed that they were doing this before Boom even did Shattered.
Yeah,
Grids,
yeah,
so-
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I can smell
It's-
the BS in there.
Yeah. Come on.
It's a little
It's
too.
on it.
I don't
It's a
know. I
little
feel
too- the Scooby Doo Detective Agency is on the case.
But
Look,
we,
how you gonna have something completely mirror identical to Shattered Grid and a reference to Soul of the Dragon,
Right.
but we didn't
Before
work
it's
with the
even
comic
come-
people?
Yeah.
I don't know. That would have to be like a massive collaboration.
That's a
Which-
massive coincidence. They're
Not-
saying.
not even a coincidence. Like this shit, we don't know, like, you know, how long these deals have been going on for. So
Yeah.
we don't know.
And we don't know.
Well-
I don't know exactly when Kyle even started writing for Shattered
Right.
Grid. Like I know he's been preparing for it since he started working on the comic since day one, but I don't know when he first started writing like his actual plan for it.
The nigga's name is Drayvon.
Yeah, come on.
Drayvon.
Dude, I bet you Kyle Higgins had like a fan fiction, just completely wrote out about this, and he was like, "Now is the time I share the gift with the world."
Young
I love that Drayvon
young
is
Drayvon back in the Bronx. Boy, Drayvon, if I tell you to get back in the house one more time, I swear.
I love that Drayvon is from the Annieverse.
Any Twitter
Like anniversary.
anniversary.
Oh.
I know.
I was thinking antiverse. That's the first thing I thought of.
It's
Could've been
antiverse
worse.
because I watched it with
Same.
the closed captions earlier
Hey,
today.
dog.
Maybe Drayvon's also Lord
Did
of
y'all
the
hear-
Sun.
Did y'all hear Rocky slip a more phenomenal in there?
Yeah,
When he
dude.
high five Brody?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Goat.
And for once, when Brody said this is epic, he was right.
It worked.
He was right.
he was
He was
actually
right.
right.
He was
Yes.
He was right. We'll give it to him that time.
I literally said it out loud. I was
Never.
like, Brody, I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I smiled when he said it for once. Cat and Tommy holding hands, going through the dimensional rift.
But what
Little
about
small details like that.
Yeah.
That's all we need. That's all we want.
And you know what? I was thinking, I was like, the first time I was watching the episode, I'm like, why isn't he like running over to Cat or even acknowledging her? He doesn't say nothing to Cat. And then I was like, you know what? They're Rangers. They gotta keep it professional, I guess, or something
Yeah.
like that. So you know what? That's fine. Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
obviously he was definitely talking to Cat on the phone. in the beginning.
That, exactly.
For sure. He definitely was, dude.
You know what I figured it out? It's like it was probably a robot clone cat.
Maybe.
Because they used a robot clone Tommy to lure out Gia.
Right.
And then when they were making, like when they had Antonio on the table, you saw the robot be Antonio before it became a Gold Ranger.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they got to Cat first, and then they found Tommy's location right after that because they got to Cat first.
Oh, I'm sad now.
But speaking about Cat, did you see people thinking that she had a Master Morpher too, just didn't reveal it because that whole screwdriver thing?
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
I don't know.
People have been thinking that, or people thinking Rocky has a Master Morpher too, or that he should get one.
He should, but I don't feel like he would.
Nah. That's like saying Jason should have one too.
Yo, get Wes that Master Morpher. I want him to be all
For
one
what?
color.
For what?
I want him to be all one color.
So what's the difference between a Master Morpher and a Legendary Morpher? Like maybe they're related.
Well, I think Master Morpher is going to lead you into becoming a Morph Master, a Morphin Master.
Yeah, but that goes into like the continuity of what the Morphin Master is, because like in Boom's version, that Morphin Master is like, I honestly want to say like a Beyonder type status.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too.
If the emissaries are just three entities phasing through different Ranger powers, I wonder what the Morphin Masters are going to look like.
Well,
I know. Dude, they're probably like the ultimate.
They're definitely. I mean, they're obviously robed because when we saw them in the Zero Crystal flashback back in like MPR, they showed them as like robed beings. So it depends what they look like under the robes, the drapes.
Hey man, let me tell y'all something. Power Rangers is cool.
Yeah, man.
This week was just great.
Man, I also need to mention one thing. Power Rangers still is one like big continuity, even though they have separate dimensions and stuff. Take that, MCU.
Look at the
Spider-Verse. Yeah. Because I never pass up an opportunity to talk about Ultraman. That's basically how Super Riot treats their properties, too.
Yeah.
Like, because you have all these different series, and not all of them take place in the same universe, but they all can cross over with the multiversal bullshit, basically.
There we go. Yeah. And another thing, with the dimensional multiversal theory for Power Rangers, people have been talking about, that's always been there for years, man.
It has.
Like, I don't know why you're acting like it's a new thing.
I wrote an essay about it in
I'm pretty sure I watched Clash of the Red Rangers like 7 years ago. I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
If somebody, I saw niggas like, yo, I'm confused. How many dimensions is it? I'm like, 3. You can count the portals. Look.
There's 3 mini dimensions, and then, you got the movie universe that you could call that a separate dimension if you want to get technical and all the other stuff. Technically, the main PR universe itself is its own, like, separate, like, alternate continuity from how it was originally supposed to be because of Time Force. You could argue with that, but whatever. That's getting too deep into it.
Yeah, does it really matter how many universes there are?
Nah.
Yeah.
But the multiversal theory has always been there, so.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I think it's dope because, like, what is it? Soul of the Dragon ties into the show.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, what is it? The Hyperforce Rangers. Dude, a fucking Twitch TV show ties into the comics of all things.
Right.
And it's canon in their own ways. Like, this is dope, bro. Like, there's no way to say it's just dope. It's awesome.
It's like Five said, it's like you watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the MCU movies at the same time.
I told you. Eat your heart out, MCU. Power Rangers did it first and did it better.
They did.
Oh, man. Dude.
PRU GOAT!
It really
is.
The
only thing that might have made that, but do we want to go into the extended, the talk of the extended versions and fights and all that?
I mean, there's only one fight that was extended.
They're extended fights.
It's the only fight that mattered.
I know.
Well, he just turned into Dino Thunder Black.
Yeah, I know.
And he broke his face, his helmet face.
That was good.
Broken helmet scene, my dude.
I'm really mad that they cheated this out of broken helmet scene.
I know, right? I was pissed. Ever since Leo got a broken helmet, and when I was a kid, I was like, I really hope Tommy comes back one day and he gets a broken helmet just like Leo. I waited 20 years to see that.
20. Hey, man. Hey, Wes got a broken helmet too.
Yeah, I know. But Tommy's my favorite Ranger, so that's the one I really wanted to see it for.
Hey, man.
When they hugged on the bridge, bro. That was nice.
What happened?
When Tommy and Wes hugged on the bridge after.
That was heartwarming.
I saw he had a Dino Thunder Black brace on.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yep.
They really paid attention to detail.
Yeah, they did. Like when Cat and them got up, you saw they had the Zordon era communicators on.
Yep.
Yo.
Yep.
I was like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, dude.
Still just love that bridge scene where they pop off and they're like, oh, we're surrounded, and they're loading up like the turrets and stuff, getting ready to shoot them down. Then here comes Tommy like the Flash.
Smacking everybody's face off.
Yeah, because at first when when Invisible Tommy was shooting at Robo Tommy, I was like, what the hell is that? And then all of a sudden it led back to that bridge scene, so I was like, oh, okay, that was Tommy before. Because One Ranger got away.
Yeah.
Looking good, Rocky.
Looking good, Rocky.
Hello, Antonio. Did you miss me, Gold Ranger?
I think the best part of this episode was JDF trying to be the most evil robot ever.
I actually thought it worked. I thought it worked because it was so funny.
I loved it. Unironically, it's amazing.
Yeah, I laughed at it a bit, but it was good.
It's good. It's cheesy, but like I think it worked. It worked because it's JDF.
Right. That's what Power Rangers is, though. It's cheesy.
This copy's gonna kick your butt.
Everybody thought he was gonna say ass.
I thought
he wanted to so badly. You may look like me, but unless you've got a Master Morpher, you ain't nothing but a cheap copy.
Go.
That's the best Tommy quote ever
of all time.
Bro, dude. I was screaming when he said that. I was like, oh my god.
No, Five, you were screaming when that nigga said, I got a plan. White Ranger power.
Yes.
Sword, power up.
Yeah. As he said White Ranger power,
no,
before he even said he's summoning the Falcon Sword, I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not.
That nigga said White Ranger power. I was like, oh, that's oddly specific.
He summoned the CG Falcon Zord, bro.
Bro.
I cannot believe it. Because I was expecting Brody's Zord to come in when he called for the Falcon Zord. At first.
Nah, bro, my head exploded when that Falcon Zord came out, bro. I probably screamed and ran around the house 3 times, dog.
And then when Tommy came down with the arrow, he's like, light him up, Rangers.
Go.
It was like Forever Red and Legendary Battle mixed into one.
But
it kind of was
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, why was there hold up. Why was there the red slander all over the timeline last night too?
What?
I was at work and I saw Forever Red slander on the timeline.
Oh,
what was the slander? I was watching
Forever.
I was watching Forever Red last night before the episode aired.
Oh, you're a good man.
What was
Criminal?
Wait, what was the slander? We
I don't
can
know.
address
It was on the
Forever
timeline.
Red, like,
There was
Well, you ain't seen no
missing that.
slander.
Yes, I did.
Forever Red's my favorite anniversary team up, dude.
that's not even possible.
Of all
That's
time.
the best one. That's the best anniversary team up.
It is.
Dude, slandering Forever Red is like trying to slander Game of Thrones. You can't do it.
Like, dude, that's like a top 3 episode of Power Rangers, period.
Of all time. Yo,
Power
regardless.
Rangers fan, but Forever Red's really good.
Regardless of the plot holes and the rushed stuff. Same goes for Dimensions in Danger. That's a top episode for me, man. Watched that. I watched it twice already. Woo.
That's the best Neo Saban era episode of all time.
Oh, hands
For real.
Hands
Oh,
down.
it's not even close.
Hands down.
Saban brand's going out with a bang.
No argument.
Best Neo Saban episode was when Antonio got turned into a fish. Okay.
Yeah, shut up.
Hey,
Straight out of Shinkenger,
And on
bro.
that note, Legion out. Just kidding.
Oh man. Hey, y'all want to talk about the Shattered Grizzle before we
Yeah, I'm down.
Sure.
sometime
I
today?
want to say one more thing about the
Sure.
episode.
Sure.
What's
Yeah,
that?
there's an article by a certain group of people
Yeah, I know.
that says
What are we referring to?
this episode was a complete disappointment, and I'm just like, just say you didn't watch it. Like, I
Just
don't
watch
really
it.
care.
Watch it.
Because if you watched it, you would have had a lot of fun.
I think the only thing that people can complain about with that is that there should have been more of it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it did literally everything it should have done to establish a really good anniversary episode to do right by all the returning Rangers, to portray them in a really nice light.
Right.
The only issue that it was 20 minutes instead of a 2-episode 2-part.
Yeah.
If they had done that, it would have been amazing. But it was really good for one episode.
You could argue it was technically an episode and a half because of the previous episode with West, Coda, and Gemma.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they were there.
Popped in and out every like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really relevant to the team up because they were just like, hey, you guys got to believe in yourselves and do good stuff to unlock your swords.
Let me just drop this little tidbit in. You
What?
cannot edit Wes's voice to not sound like
I
Wes.
know. No,
It
they
just
all
doesn't
sounded
work.
like them. They all sounded like them. But Wes sounded like the most closest to himself.
Yeah.
I'll add this in too. I think the thing that helped also is just like we were all watching it together.
Yeah.
So like imagine you're this loser from that random website who probably won't be named. You're watching it by yourself. You
Like
probably
Tumblr.
you're watching it by yourself and you're like you're gonna nitpick like half the time. But we're watching it together on the TL. We're all freaking out on the TL. So it's
Dude.
kind of like one big family viewing.
I was
And
tweeting in
even
all
though-
caps the entire time. Every tweet of mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, and also like we gotta think about it too. It's just like this is the first time ever since I've been on Twitter that the timeline has come together in unison for a Power Rangers episode.
Perfect
man.
harmony.
It's the first time I've ever been on Twitter since 2011 that I genuinely, really, really, really enjoyed a Power Rangers episode. Like, had so much fun with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Anything else from anybody?
No, Nick is just fashionably late.
Yep.
We're gonna go to.
My
Wait.
apologies, friends.
Matter, you
What's
gotta,
up, Nick?
Matter, you gotta go because
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the real actor's here now.
The
You
real
gotta
actor.
go.
The real
Unless you
Nick.
got a master morphin, Nick, you're nothing but a fake.
Don't worry, you'll get paid for today. Just keep going. Okay, bud?
Oh, man. We need a Nick
So
versus
Shadow
Meta
Crew.
fight.
Yeah. Who got the master morpher?
Me.
Nick. Nick is the real one.
You don't know
You're
that?
nothing but a hunk of junk, my dude.
All right, so Shattered Grid, man.
Let's talk about battered bread.
The battered bread. The more
Battered
look, the moon will never be the same again because it's Megazords and mayhem everywhere.
Yep.
Go.
I get sort of
Ain't
the
no
same
moon,
feeling
bitch.
from this episode as I did with the Power Rangers anniversary episode, in that it was really, really good for being one issue. Like it rushed through a lot of stuff, but it did exactly what it needed to do in order to make the story work.
Go.
We finally see why Ranger Slayer shot Tommy with the arrow,
Mhm.
and I guess I was kind of right.
What'd you
Because
say?
I said it was kind of right. I was kind of right about.
No, I mean like what you said. That was right.
Shooting him saved his fucking life. He didn't
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
He didn't actually die.
Right.
He was astroplaning.
He was-
He was literally astral projecting.
Yeah, he was astral projecting. Yo, he was. That's actually kind of a parallel to Zordon, if you think about it.
It
because
is.
He
Yeah.
said he can only observe. He can't do anything. There was a Zordon specific issue of how
I
he
remember
was
that.
observing
Yep.
Draken's
I remember.
timeline and everything. Boom.
Kyle Higgins gold.
Yeah.
You know, and
Props
I
to you,
could
Kyle.
I could sit down and expand more on that because at the end of it, it comes down
Yeah.
to a showdown between Draken and Tommy
Thomas.
Oliver, and they say that the main difference between them is that like Draken spends his whole time trying to like gather all the power for himself, and yet
Mhm.
at the same time, Tommy has all this power because he has friends that back him up.
Goat.
So I mean, like both of them wind up becoming supremely powerful touchstones of the universe. But in the case of Tommy,
Yeah.
as we saw in the anniversary episode, it's because he's a really good leader and has all the other Rangers backing him up.
And everybody literally trusts him.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I gotta add this one thing.
Me too.
Hey, yo, listen. For the first time in years, I need Super Zeo power now.
Yeah.
Bro,
When
the
I
cat
told
said
you
it.
I was- Yo, when I tell you I was on that plane, off the freaking train flipping out, Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
Lord
they
have
all
mercy.
did this season specific Zord call and it was really cool.
That was good. That was good. I liked
And you
how
found-
I liked how it was like between Draken and Tommy fighting over the was it the Master Heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's
Master
called? Yeah, the Master Heart. It reminded me of like how the Morphin Grid itself is balanced by the struggle between by the balance between good and evil. And they were both
Go.
pretty much for a while they're both evenly matched until Tommy was like, I got friends and you don't. That's what makes me more powerful than you. So
Pulled
Hey.
out the power up.
I just
Hey,
thought
can we
about the
talk
whole
about-
Morphin Grid lore about that.
Can we talk about the part where Tommy was Clark Kent and his
Yep.
parents were were Martha?
Oh yeah, that's literally what they were doing. We see what you did there, Higgins.
Yeah.
With his dog Kruger.
Yeah.
Right.
Detail, and references.
Oh man.
I liked how
So
Tommy
good.
in the end reached out to Drac and he's like, it's not too late for you to
Yeah.
change. That was so Tommy and Ranger like of him.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, that's such
Also,
a Tommy
man.
thing to do. And of course, Draken turns away. So
Ha
He was like, I
so
was
you're
so
real
is this
nigga.
like a Black Adam thing where he's gonna like show up with his powers back for revenge later on?
probably.
Yeah.
He's
They're
too
not gonna
popular of
get
a
rid of him.
character.
Stay dead.
Well, he's not really
He's
dead.
not dead.
Just,
Well, not
he
dead
just
or
completely
whatever
lost all
was
his
happening.
Reality
powers.
just messed him up.
Yeah.
So we actually got to talk about that.
So
Reality.
I put it like this. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
I know they're resetting stuff, but
Everybody just
what's about to happen?
faded into white, except for
It's-
the Terra Venture crew.
Right.
It's scary.
They
Yeah.
reset the universe to put everything back as close to before this whole shitstorm happened as they could. And they even said, well,
Yep.
we're going to forget everything that happened. Is that
Yeah.
okay? And they're like, well, I mean, our memories or the entire fucking universe. And
Exactly.
so,
Yeah.
It's Power Ranger Flashpoint.
It is.
it is. Higgins.
Man, I wanted freaking Jason and Lauren to kiss before they reset everything.
Same.
God.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't
they
get
were
that.
definitely building that up, and
Yeah,
then
and they didn't get to do it.
But like I said, it's kind of scary because it's just like we came all this way, dude, and now it's just like they're gonna forget it. But like, at what point? So does
But
the,
you never
does the
you
time-
never know. They might get their memories back sometime later down the line. They might
Yeah,
get
but
random flashes and stuff.
But the question I have is just like they said we're not. So like, where's that point? Do they don't remember? So do we not forget the whole Draken story in general, or up until Shattered Grid? Like they remember everything.
Maybe up until
Shattered
Promethea.
Grid.
Maybe until like Promethea's story.
I think they remember it up until where like Draken first completely like destroyed the universe. Like you remember when Jen comes back and meets with the MMPR team? Like I think it's gonna be before that point.
Yeah, maybe right before that point. Maybe before even Promethea even finds Draken. Who knows?
I know why they did it, because
there's so much
like the
damage
next
done.
issues. Yeah, this team is done. They're going to the Beyond the Grid team, and then Go-Go has to continue unbothered because it's the same timeline.
But they said Go-Go.
But a
No, they
different
said
writer.
Go-Go. They said Go-Go is going to be affected by it too, by the reset.
Is that why these niggas different colors?
Most likely, probably why. Maybe that's
man.
probably
Oh,
why.
shit.
So cool.
That's probably
Damn,
why.
Bird.
That's a
Oh,
cool
shit.
idea.
Because
Let's
I
go.
think I read Ryan Parrott saying that, and they said it in an interview today with Power Rangers Now. They said
Yeah.
Go-Go will be affected by it after the reset.
shit.
Yeah.
And watch Tommy be white when he comes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, dude.
At this point, you have to make him white. Like,
Dude,
come
I thought
on.
he was gonna come back as white in this issue, but we had the whole like little alternate dream world scenario the entire issue, which I really didn't mind. I know people are really mixed on that because they're expecting a huge battle, but
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be Power Rangers if it was just decided by that fight.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. You have to
you
have
still
inner
got-
monologues and stuff.
You still got the giant fight on the moon as base, but then you had like it ultimately comes down to the power of friendship, which is what it always comes down to.
Exactly.
I don't know why you'd
Yeah.
expect anything different.
Right. I think they're expecting more of the moon fight before we even got to the dreams. I don't want to call it the
Yeah,
dream
that's fair.
sequence, but because it was pretty much real, but the alternate world scenario.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of thought when Tommy, touched the Master Heart,
Yeah.
like all of Draken's, all the forms that he had absorbed were just kind of just gonna split away, and
Oh.
and one of them, you being the White Ranger, Tommy would, kind of
Take
become the
that.
White Ranger. Yeah,
That'd
I
be
was kind of
awesome.
that was my headcanon from the beginning of Shadow Girl. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool, make him the White Ranger, call it a wrap.
I mean, I knew he was saved ever since Ranger Slayer shot him with the arrow. I was like, all right, he's not dead because he literally says, so that's what she meant as he's quote unquote dying, and we finally found out what really happened to him, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe he's getting like re-energized while the whole Shattered Grid story is going on, and he's gonna come back as the White Ranger to like beat
Yeah.
Draken's ass. somehow. But they pretty much made him Zordon. He's just like he can only observe, can't really do anything. He's stuck in a quote unquote warp or a plane of existence. So yeah.
So the timeline is gonna split into two because Go is doing whatever, but the Beyond the Grid team, they're screwed or whatever.
Dude,
like,
they're in a lot of trouble right now, man.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me pull up the panels real quick. Those two pages.
I got it right here.
That does not look fun at all.
A whole lot.
I don't know, because when the main Shot of Grid story ended, I'm just like, wait a minute. So what about the niggas on the moon, yo?
Yeah.
Like, so we just gonna forget about them, or
no? They're just disappear and go back to their respectful times.
Apparently not.
What do you mean apparently not?
Well, I guess based on like the
reset
preview we got at the end, yeah. Well, I'm talking about Beyond the Grid.
He's talking about the people on the Terra Venture.
Oh, I thought you said people on the moon.
No.
Wait a minute, are there other Rangers on Terra Venture?
Yes, there are. They have all the people. They escaped the people they rescued from Draken are on Terra Venture.
Yeah, remember that's why they brought Terra Venture in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing, Grace is holding the Psycho Green's dagger.
She sure was.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
So yeah, that's awesome.
What?
Who'd you say who? Grace. Do you know?
Grace had it. Okay.
Yeah, Grace. Yeah.
I thought you said who's Grace. I was like, what?
Oh no.
I didn't hear who you said. My bad.
You're good.
I don't know if she's using it to like control Terra Venture. I have no idea. She has in like a control panel.
I'm glad she's gonna be a part of that storyline.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be freaking awesome.
Yeah. We can't predict this.
First of all, this artwork of Terra Venture is amazing. I want to get that out of the way. Terra Venture's always been like one of my favorite like Power Ranger settings ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So good.
Where's Corone was? I forget where Corone was.
I might gotta put a Beyond the Grid Avion. Who am I gonna pick?
Yo, pick Dark Ranger to piss off Tay. I'm about to be Cam, yo.
Yeah.
Tanya.
Andros.
Yeah,
man, I wonder, maybe the Go thing, because the color switch does not look temporary.
I hope it's permanent. That'd be pretty cool.
Because there's mad covers that they're putting out with them swapped around.
Yeah, there's a lot. Definitely for a story arc at least. But
yeah,
it depends how long Beyond the Grid story is going to be.
Yeah, this isn't just a publicity variant. Like, it's probably going to be significant to the actuals.
Yeah, they said they actually changed the colors in the story, so that's what they
said. Trini's red
now.
now. They're going to give Trini a arc.
And she finally got Jason.
Right? Yeah, she did.
I'm like, what? When you hear about the color switch, it's just like, this is kind of what I wanted to see from Go-Go. Them just having fun, going around.
Yo,
man.
bro,
Like, we needed this.
Remember they revealed that cover at the panel, and I was just like, "Whoa, what the hell?"
Oh yeah, yep.
I'm intrigued. And I think the first cover was Jason and Trini kissing in their different Ranger suits.
Wow.
I love that one of her with the power sword. That's great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, too, like, this shouldn't be a surprise because Grace's team, had like a nice little color switch happening on there too. So I see some people on the timeline kind of flipping out, but see who didn't read the comics. Right. They're like, "Yo, this has happened before."
Also, I think TJ's on Terra Venture too, so
he
might
is.
join them. You might be able to join them.
Woo!
Yeah, so hopefully we get more TJ along with these people. Dude, I hope in the first issue they don't destroy Terra Venture, and then the Beyond the Grid team is like the only remaining survivors or something like that. I hope not. I hope not.
The comic dropped from Jump Street. if TJ dies, the comic dropped already. You already screwed it up.
This kind of reminds me of like Star Trek Voyager, where like they're like in some unknown time and space right now, plane of existence, because reality is so fucked up.
Power Rangers Voyager sounds like a really cool idea.
I was gonna say Legends of Tomorrow, but that's better actually.
Yeah. So because like right now I don't know what the hell's about to happen to them. Maybe they end up in the lost. Maybe they end up in the lost galaxy, and it's just like another reality. I don't know.
Possibilities are so endless with this. Like that's what I love. You can't predict it. Fuck.
Like they're like literally caught in between realities. It seems like right now. Like this is crazy.
I'm still kind of. It's hard to wrap around. It's hard to wrap around your head that we're getting a fresh team. Like
dude,
the MMPR Rangers. Like this is Mighty Morphin.
This is how it should have started off to begin with.
Oh, exactly. Like the team that they have lined up for Beyond the Grid is exactly what I've been wanting to see from the comics. Like, not just new stories with the old team,
Yeah.
but just throwing everything in the kitchen sink from the franchise into it. And it's great.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that
You gotta get
Terra
that,
Venture picture of Terra Venture getting like pixelized. Ooh, that's a raw.
Go.
That's so raw.
They had to get that run and start first though, before
Yeah.
they just throw random teams in.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. They had to get
You know what I'm
that. They had to build their base. First.
Right.
So.
You know what I'm saying?
And now people with Shattered Grid, a lot more people are picking up the comic, so that's good.
Good.
I was like, no, don't even do it now, traitor.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I told some people who are reading Shattered Grid right now. I'm like, all right, just start from Shattered Grid right now, but then like, please read everything before Shattered Grid as well, because that's some good MMPR stuff.
It's not like you're watching all the seasons. It's not that hard to catch up.
Yeah, because the first Draken story when they first meet him, that's a really really good story.
Yo,
right.
That's what got me like kind of hooked up. I was already buying it, but it's just like, yo.
Yeah.
You know what? I like what they're doing.
The moment the command center's side blew apart, that's when I really, really got hooked in.
Right, and Draken's reveal is a stinger to the end of the Black Dragon arc.
Yeah.
Like, who does he work for?
Who does he work for? And we find out that's his Zord.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Draken.
I'm excited.
Dude.
Anything else, guys?
No, man. I don't know.
I have one thing to say. Yo, listen, my left leg is gone. It's not amputated. This week has been an amazing week for Power Rangers.
It has been. Past 2 days, man.
Yeah.
For real.
I think I said this last week with the Power Morphicon episode, but like I don't have that much nostalgia attached to Power Rangers. Like I watched some of it when I was a kid and it was airing, but like I was never that big of a fan of it. I've only come back around to it when I've gotten into the rest of Toku. But just seeing how happy all of you guys are and how the whole timeline is over this makes me really happy too.
Thanks, Bree. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
for real.
Like especially when they go back into the lore of Power Rangers, they know how to make it good when they actually go back and dude. That I'm there for that stuff because all that connected universe stuff I'm there for.
Go. Wait,
Somebody needs to cut the cowbell in the background.
Tavion.
What is it?
Tay, you were like a hoedown or something, dude?
Kick him out of the chat real quick.
Yeah.
You gotta just mute him.
Oh, he muted himself. All right, cool.
Only John has God powers in this dimension.
Oh, yeah, he's not even here.
Yeah. John in the podcast?
No, he's not.
I was kind of hoping we get a fuck Pot Ranger like insert somewhere.
Yeah.
Nah, not
You
happening
get
today.
the fuck out of this podcast right now if you do that.
Is it over? Did y'all end it?
Fuck Pat Ranger.
Wait, I got something to say.
What's up?
Happy birthday, Michael Jackson.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Michael
birthday to
Jackson.
the King of Pop. Happy birthday, Michael Jackson. I got one more
Michael
thing to say
Jackson,
also.
60.
Woo.
And on that note,
whoa, hang on.
Oh.
Always remember that Tommy's the GOAT.
now
now we can end the podcast.
And on that note,
Legion out.
That's bad.
Shut up. Hey, hold
What
on.
did you say?